Bad people who hang out with Jesus become amazingly good people. This is good news indeed. This is September 10, and I'm Pastor Virgil Colville, and this is Power to Serve Today, a daily devotional podcast with a mission to help Christians grow strong in Jesus. The title today is Bad People and Sanctification, and our text comes from 1 John 4:16. We are of God. He who knows God hears us. He who is not of God does not hear us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. John was an outstanding disciple in so many ways. His confiding love and unselfish devotion is a shining example of the power of God to sanctify. For you see, John, in the beginning, was a scoundrel in so many ways. He was proud and ambitious, quick to anger, and had a propensity for vengeance that just simply is astonishing. At one time, wanting permission to call down fire on an entire village of Samaritans, women and children included, because they would not allow Jesus to stay for the night. So here's the secret of John's sanctification. John desired to become like Jesus, and he hung out with Jesus. Under the transforming influence of the love of Christ, he became meek and humble, kind and considerate. Self was hid in Jesus. He became united to the living vine and became a partaker of the divine nature. This is the inevitable result of spending time with Jesus and feeling our deep need of His power to change us. This is true sanctification. You may have marked defects of character. In fact, it's a good bet that you are blind to most of your defects of character. Yet when you become a disciple of Jesus, the power of divine grace will recreate your inward being. Christ's love transforms. That is to say, it sanctifies. I'm guessing you have known people who profess to be Christians, but their religion does not make them better men and better women, living representatives of Christ in disposition and character. Well, they are not His disciples. They take His name in vain. Do not let this be your fate. John had the blessings of sanctification, but note this, he, the apostle, did not claim to be sinless. He sought his perfection in Jesus alone and in his living relationship with the Savior. He never found it within himself. And at the same time, John tells us that the man who claims to know God and continues to break the divine law gives the lie to his profession. You see, true love causes us to cherish and to keep God's law and to love our fellow man. We are to love people, for Christ died for them, and we are to work for them and for their salvation. But we must never make a compromise with sin. We are not to unite with the rebellious and call this missionary effort. God requires His people, especially in this day and age, to stand, as John did in his time, unflinchingly for the right, in opposition to soul-destroying error and sin. And get this, to do so with the love of Christ permeating our very being. This, it seems, is impossible. Well, yes it is. It is impossible apart from the wisdom and the change that comes from a living connection with Jesus. Our promise today comes from 1 John 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep His commandments. This is Pastor Virgil Colville. One of the great benefits of sanctification is this: God changes you into a person that you can genuinely like. This brings nobility, confidence, internal fortitude, and persevering strength.